What's going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it's time to talk about Toriko chapter 347. Before I get into the review, I just want to say thank you for getting my subscriber count to over 130. At least that's what it says on my screen. YouTube's numbers can be a little, inconsistent. But, yeah, thank you very much for that. Thank you for subscribing. Second thing I want to mention is thank you for getting, my live reaction to 7 Deadly Sins to almost 500 views, and my last One Punch Man video to over 1,000. I really, really appreciate that as well. That's always awesome to see that kind of support. And, thanks for commenting and everything and all that. And yeah, so without further ado, let's do the review. This chapter of Toriko, well, there is a lot less info dumping in this chapter, but I have other problems with it. And I really hate to say that because I feel like I've been really hard on Toriko lately, but okay, so the stuff I liked. They are actually preparing God. You got what's his name? Chin Chin's there. He's doing the food and thing. He's getting food brought to him so he can give energy to it. You got Match doing the same thing. You got Reen being useless. So they're actually doing it. I thought they were going to do it later, but they're doing it now. And apparently this is just a small fraction of God that they're giving energy to. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention this in my last review because it took me a second to think about it. There was a lot of info dumping and a lot of complex bullshit going on, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But they did say God was, made from people, right? Not just, a fraction of it, but, the whole thing. Maybe it was just a fraction of it, I don't remember, but that's weak as fuck. That is, one of the worst reveals I have ever seen. Acacia ended the war of people by feeding them people. I mean, or, Froze could make her own version that didn't need people or whatever, I don't know. The God ingredient is... am I the only one who finds that extremely disappointing? Again, unless I missed something or, all the info dumping got mixed up in my brain and I'm mixing up what they said about different things. But am I the only one who just thinks that's incredibly weak? But anyways, it's the Philosopher's Stone. It's Full Metal Alchemist. But anyways, whatever. They're preparing God, and we get Komatsu, and he's with Chaco's mom. And it's not her body, so she's adjusting to her eyes, whatever. But apparently she's going to lose her memories of her son and all that stuff. So she wants Komatsu's help with something. That's pretty cool, I guess. She relies on her sense of smell, which is kind of interesting because usually when people are blind, they rely on hearing. But this is Toriko, sense of smell, so I kind of like that. That was a nice little touch, and it'd be interesting to see where that goes, I guess. Also, Dawn Slime and this other dude, the judge or whatever of the back channel or whatever the fuck 7 names it has. They're talking about how they can't find Ichiru's soul or his spirit. That's interesting. And then we get the bullshit. The fucking... Well, this beast has 30 times fucking time flow, and inside the shell it's been 6 years or some bullshit. I don't remember the exact numbers. Why the fuck does it have to be so complicated? Why the hell does all of these 7 creatures have to have these different time flow? It's are they going to come back 10 years older? And it's no, they're just going to feel 10 years has passed. And what are the repercussions going to be when they get out of the clam and go meet up with Toriko again? We kind of saw that at the end of, not at the end, but before we went into the flashback, we kind of saw that. But, the whole, a few decades thing, but what the why? I don't understand why all these different things have to have these different time flows, and all these 7 creatures are part of the back channel, which I think has 7 different names, or maybe the world behind is different, and then there's these other I don't know. It's this arc of Toriko is really starting to piss me off. Not piss me off, make me mad, but just it's really starting to get to me because they're making everything super complicated and all this info dumping, which like I said, this chapter's not that, it's not that bad with that. There was actually some progression, but South Park said it best, just because you make something really complex and complicated does not make it cool. I mean, if you like all this not time travel, but if you like all this time flow stuff and you're interested in all the info dumping, I can see why, I can understand it, you do you. For me personally, this is just probably one of my least favorite arcs in Toriko. The beginning was great when they first arrived and he met Chaco and they had the spirits going around and there was some world building, and then they started doing the tournament, and the tournament was cool. Yuta was a badass. The one time I can say Yuta was a badass because I didn't give a shit about him before that. except for his mustache. And yeah, that was all good. And then they cut to the other stuff, and I was like, okay, this is kind of weird, but it was all action-packed and badass. You had Jiro, you had the little fucking demon testicle things, the little fucking death balls that were killing stuff. You had Neo, you had the demon Neo, you had Toriko. His power-up was kind of weird, but you had all that stuff, and it was cool, and even fake Froze, Joa was she was info-dumping, but it felt right. It wasn't abused at the time. She was laying out information that we didn't know, and it was interesting. Now it's overstaying its welcome, and it just hasn't been as interesting since, but we'll see what happens when it all wraps up. Ichiro better come back. The cooking of another better be awesome. There better be some really good payoff after all of this. But anyways, yeah, there was some progression. The art was fine. It's a little slow-paced, as it has been for the past couple chapters. I'd probably give this one around a solid 7.5 out of 10, honestly. Entertainment-wise, it was like a 6, but, you know, speaking objectively as a chapter, there is, like I said, some progression and everything, so yeah, and we do find out more about the world of Toriko with the time flow stuff, even if I don't like it personally, so yeah. Anyways, no, that's pretty much it. It's like a 6 on entertainment, like a 7.5 on overall objective reviewing. So I'll pretty much call it a review. So, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of this chapter of Toriko in the comment section below. Follow me on Instagram. I post things there sometimes. Give this video a thumbs up. That would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.